And welcome to my new Let's Play of the original Final Fantasy, released in 1987. Holy cow, that was a long time ago. I wasn't even born then. We're gonna jump straight in because reasons. Okay, this game is unique because you can actually pick your class. It doesn't work like other Final Fantasies. These characters are a blank slate in essence. I did some research off screen. Apparently, monks are useless, so we're gonna go with this kind of arrangement. We are going to auto-name everybody. Can we get Biggs, please? Just for the irony. Please? Dang it. Not gonna happen. Let's see, Mikoto. Makes me think of Mikode, which is actually a race in Final Fantasy. So, yeah, sure, why not? There's a Chrono Cross? No, not Chrono Cross. It's, Suikoden, character named Luca, I think. I started playing Suikoden 2, it's actually really good. I need to get back to it. I would like to let's play it, except I can't capture footage of it. Gung Ho, that's a good name. Sure, why not? And, yeah, that'll work. Just random names, because why not? The world lies shrouded in darkness. The winds die. The seas rage. Earth decays. But the people believe in a prophecy, patiently awaiting its fulfillment. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. After a long journey, 4 young travelers did at last appear. And in the hand of each was clutched a crystal. And we were actually thrown straight into the game. Going up, you have basic RPG type controls. Pause is actually the start button, because there's no Y button on a GameCube controller. No, there's a Y button on the GameCube controller, but there's no Y button on the GBA. And also, just to clarify, this is indeed the GBA version. Reason being that I don't own any other version of this game. So let's go over some quick things. Magic. You actually have to equip magic. Equipment. That's standard. Formation. You don't have back rows like in later Final Fantasy, so that's a little bit, I guess you could say it's a little bit backwards, haha. But this is the town of Cornelia, which in some versions apparently is called Corneria, which leads to a lot of confusion. You can buy weapons. Up arrows tell you that it would raise your stats, so we got a lot of gil, luckily. So I will probably do some shopping off screen. Here, you can buy armor. Standard stuff. Nothing for mages though. So the mages are going to be kind of at a disadvantage for a while. These 2 icons represent black and white magic. White magic is typically heal spells, and black magic is typically like elemental, and also stuff like sleep, apparently. Red mages can learn both. White mages and black mages are limited to their specific magic types. Going in here, this is an item store. You can buy potions, Phoenix Down, etc. This, I think, was actually changed. I'm pretty sure some of the names were actually different. This guy is... what? This guy... There are none of... I don't know what that guy does. I can't recall if he resurrects people or if he removes status effects. Anyway, let's talk to this guy. The king is searching for the prophesied warriors of light. Those crystals! You must see the king at once! Warp time! Welcome, travelers. I'm told you carry crystals. Is that true? Here you go, sir. It's just as Lucan's prophecy foretold, when darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. Chancellor... I don't need to read the name. Your Majesty, we cannot be certain that these are the warriors foretold by the prophecy. Yet they stand before us with the crystals. I cannot dismiss this as mere coincidence. Crystal bearers, there's a task I would ask of you. Will you not rescue my daughter, Sarah? Good thing I didn't pick Sarah as a name choice, huh? That'd get confusing fast. Garland, a knight once in His Majesty's service, wrong words, has abducted Princess Sarah. I ask you for your aid in the name of His Majesty, the King of Cornelia. Garland has taken refuge in the Chaos Shrine, which lies to our north. Of course, we did attempt to rescue the princess ourselves, but Garland is the finest swordsman in the kingdom. We have none who can match him. I have heard that you wish to journey to the continent to our north. The bridge leading north was lost long ago, making passage impossible. If you can rescue Sarah, I will have the bridge rebuilt as a sign of my gratitude. That sounds like blackmail, if you ask me. Like, not like blackmail, but like... coercion? Maybe? Okay, problem with this game. Already, we're getting into a problem. Sad to say. This is an 87 game. Back then, RPGs were made very differently than they were now, such as random battles. So here you can also attack all sorts of different stuff. You can also use we have no items. That's actually kind of mean. So, the original game did not have a run button either, so that's another advantage of playing this version. We have traditional health, setups, etc. That guy is tough, apparently. And another thing about old school RPGs, games like this and Earthbound generally require a lot of level grinding. So, I hate to say it because we're literally 7 minutes into the video, but we're actually going to cut here for a moment and actually do some level grinding, so be right back. So I did a bunch of off-screen grinding and got all the way to level 5 actually. You notice our timer actually says 28 minutes, and the previous segment was about 7 minutes, so do the math, that's how long it took. But that's just kind of to be expected with old school RPGs. In any case, that's what our stats and equipment are looking like, and I should also point out that I did buy a bunch of equipment and a bunch of items as well as potions and sleeping bags. Sleeping bags are the weaker version of tents in later Final Fantasies. Potions are just standard, nothing to really say, except they only heal 50. I thought they healed like a good 100 in other Final Fantasies. I also bought a bunch of magic for the characters. And Fire and Thunder. There's one more spell that was like a sleep spell, but I don't play it that way in RPGs. You can also throw away magic if you just don't need it anymore. You can also rearrange formation. This really doesn't serve any purpose in this game though. So, let's depart. And while we do so, I actually have something to point out. If you didn't notice the pop-up on screen earlier, yeah, I realized after recording that I had the Game Boy player set in small mode. Just to clarify, this is the difference. This is normal mode, this is full screen. This is still not full screen, I should point out. But yeah, much better like this. Either way, the game holds up pretty well. I honestly like having the small screen in some ways because things get less blurry. Second of all, you may actually be wondering to yourself right now, where the heck is Sonic? I thought you said after Paper Mario that Sonic would be next. While I did say that, let's just say the numbers don't lie. So, if you're missing Sonic, then I hate to say it, but you're kind of in the minority, because the view counts for Paper Mario are so much higher. So yeah, just going over that one more time. I think I went over it in a failed video, but not in a recording, one that's actually going up. To king will have no choice but to exchange the kingdom of his for his daughter's life. Cornelia will be mine. Who's there? The king's lapdogs. Do you have any idea who you're messing with? You really think you have what it takes to cross swords with me? Very well, Garland, will knock you all down. And, believe it or not, we are actually already at our first boss battle. While we're here, let's actually go over a little bit of strategy. You notice that the characters attack out of order from their field order based on speeds. So, this actually gets really tricky when we get to deal with white magic. It's not a big deal with thieves and physical attackers in general, but when it comes to white magic, it is a kind of a big deal to account for turn order. For example, once you get a cure-all spell, aka a party cure like Curaga or something, actually Curaga is just a powered up version, but in some games there's like a type of spell that works on like extended area. That's what I'm trying to say. You basically have to plan your healing ahead to actually account for the fact that you will be taking damage potentially before the actual attack lands. So that's actually kind of tricky and is one of the hard things about the first 3 games in particular. 4 onwards, okay, I should say 4 through 9, and then also some of the other games use the active time battle system, or the ATB, where you have actions determined on speed, but also it's like based on the bar filling up, so it feels a little more dynamic. You've come to rescue me? I don't know how I could ever thank you. I am Sarah, Princess of Cornelia. That's the first time anyone's ever defeated Garland. You must allow me to show my gratitude. Please, accompany me to Castle Cornelia. That was easy. There's more we can actually see in the Chaos Shrine, but there's nothing worthwhile at the moment. Thank you for returning my daughter to my side. There can only be no doubt that you are the warriors of light from Lucan's prophecy. You should hear the prophecy in its entirety, if I may. When darkness veils the world, the 4 warriors of light shall come. If they cannot gather the shards of light, the darkness will consume all. 4 crystals will never shine again. Now I hear that a crystal can be found on the continent drawn north. Restoring light to the crystals is our only hope of ridding the world of the monsters which plague it. That was the wrong button. I keep hitting B by accident. I will have the bridge to the north rebuilt as I promised. I pray that you succeed in restoring light to the 4 crystals and to the world. So let's actually talk to him for a moment. This lute has been entrusted to the princesses of Cornelia for many generations. When he abducted me, Garland took this lute as well. I want you to have it. May it aid you on your journey. I said it out of order, but I did that intentionally because I thought the way I said it sounds better. In any case, we got the lute. Well, not much else we need to do here. The dancing girl in town knows many odd bits of information. If you stray from your path, try talking to her. That sounds reputable. Sarah's thoughts are always with you. Whoa, weird lighting change there. The warriors of light, I can't thank you enough for saving Lady Sarah. I think one of the other games has a Lady Sarah as well. Actually, oh shoot, I can't say that, spoiler. I almost spoiled something for a different Final Fantasy by accident, absentmindedly. So, over by the drawbridge, this guy who looks like Edgar from Final Fantasy VI is ordering these guys around to rebuild the bridge. I think it's the ponytail. That's reminding me of Edgar. I want to do 6 eventually, but it's such a long game. I wanted to do this one first. In fact, I would actually like to go in chronological order if I could. Problem, I'm not really crazy about using emulators. And to put it very bluntly, Final Fantasy 3 on DS is really frustrating. I know a lot of people like it, but it's also really frustrating. What does this bridge have to do with the prophecy? The 4 warriors of light are here. They're here in Cornelia. Did I say? Okay, I'm actually recording this in a different day, on a different day, because yesterday I recorded the Paper Mario bonus video and also the first episode of this, so my brain is a little bit scrambled as to what I actually talked about. So if I'm repeating myself, that's why. But one thing I've been meaning to go over is the fact that, what was I going to say? I actually forgot because I had to explain myself. Final Fantasy 2 is also really hard, so I'm not sure if I'll do that as a Let's Play, just another observation. But, back on topic, let's talk to the dancing girl. I'm a dancer. What's that? You want to dance with me? So why are you still here? Weren't you supposed to be crossing that bridge to the north? You must really want to dance. Now, I like these hints, because they tell you what to do, but it's not in an obnoxious tutorial-y kind of way. It's like, oh hi, why are you wasting your time with me? Dancing girls are actually a recurring theme in Final Fantasies. Also, one thing that I'm fairly certain was actually added in this version was switching targets. A lot of old school RPGs have a system where if an enemy dies and everyone is targeting him, they will all miss, because the enemy's not there. So I cannot really complain that they got rid of that in this version, if that was the case. I know Earthbound Beginnings has a thing like that, so you have to actually really plan out who you're targeting, and it's really, really obnoxious. And so their quest began. As the four warriors of light, they felt overwhelmed by the great task destiny had placed before them. I'm gonna wait for it to all scroll before actually reading it. They did not know the true significance of the four crystals they held in their hands. The crystals that once, long ago, held a light that shone so brilliantly. The time for their journey had come. The time to cast off the veil of darkness and bring the world once more into light. And nice music, by the way. If I'm not mistaken, the song is actually used in tons of Final Fantasies as like the main title theme. I may be mistaken though. I'm not a huge Final Fantasy fan, like it's like number 6 on the list. Or maybe lower than that, actually. But I do really enjoy the series, this is not like top tier for me. We're at around 17-18 minutes now. So I think we've actually reached a good stopping place for now, and I'm gonna get into a random battle by just doing this. Yep. So if you may notice, actually the enemies are gonna start getting tougher again. We can't kill them in one hit anymore. So you know what that means, right? Level grinding! So next time we will go further northeast. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join me for more Final Fantasy 1.